So let's jump into this. First card, we get the Strength card. So this is an excellent way to start. The Strength card is definitely about having control over our fears. And the Strength card is also about being able to make our point to others by using unconditional love and understanding. So you don't need physical force to make your point. You just got to do so with love. And this is the energy you guys are taking on right now. Now for our circumstances card, we get the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, he is a very commanding, dominant type of presence. When he walks into a room, you know it. Everyone knows it. It's like everyone will automatically just be drawn to this person. Very commanding presence. This is a king that knows how to delegate responsibilities very well. He also knows how to get things done. And he's really good at manifesting as well. Typically, we would call him Aries, but, this could be Aries. This could be Leo. This could be Sagittarius. But typically, he is an Aries. But overall, this king, he knows how to get some stuff done. And he's really good at motivation. Like, he can really motivate you. And maybe you guys are feeling really motivated. Maybe you guys are motivated and ready to go after your goals. Okay, for our focus card, we have the Four of Wands in the reverse position. So with the Four of Wands in the reverse position, this first and foremost is about take count of every single blessing in your life, no matter how big or small. We always have some, at least a handful of things that we can be grateful for. And now is the time to focus on everything that is positive in your life. We wanted to have an attitude of gratitude here. But when it is in the reverse position, this can indicate that perhaps some of you are experiencing some problems within the home life. This could be problems literally with your home. Some of you may be moving from home to home. Maybe some of you may have something breaking in your home that you're going to have replaced. For some of you, things are just not maybe feeling the same. Like this could also be like empty nest syndrome, where kids grow up, they're leaving home. Yeah. So empty nest syndrome. This can also indicate like the honeymoon phase being over. This can also indicate that that some may get jilted at the altar, left at the altar, so to speak. Or, like maybe a very dramatic wedding where there's just dramatic situations taking place. A lot of times could be family members. And you add alcohol, some crazy things can start to happen. But overall, this can just simply be indicating that, the home life is not where we want it to be. There's some unhappiness that we're experiencing within our home life. but it's not of a traumatic type of nature. So that's good. Now, this is the card of your recent past or the energy that is passing. So we have the Hierophant in the reverse position. The Hierophant is about tradition, things that are traditional, things that are conventional. When it's in the reverse position, this is about the non-traditional, the unconventional type of things. So this in this type of position, this could be a bit of a rebel. Is this you, Gemini? Yeah, this can be, maybe you're a rebel. Maybe you prefer to be that bohemian in love, like, hey, I'm not trying to get tied down, free love. Let's love each other. So we could have that. This can also be like the whole hippie, make love, not war. But, overall, this is about unconventional, non-traditional type of ways of doing things. Perhaps maybe you are someone that wants a relationship and you like being in a relationship, but when it comes to the traditional marriage, you're like, oh, no, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. So maybe some of you, have relationships that are serious, but not without you're like, I don't need no papers. I don't need no legal papers. No, thank you. Or maybe some of you have decided to, say, get some schooling, but maybe you go about it in an unconventional way. Maybe you're doing some schooling online as opposed to an actual classroom. Or maybe you're learning about something that would be considered unconventional. But this is something that has happened within your recent past or has, recently just happened and is moving away from you. Unconventional. See, I'm having a hard time speaking. It's this Gemini energy. I got my third house stellium, which is normally the natural house of Gemini. I got Saturn in there. Makes me stutter sometimes. Okay, this is the card position of the here and the now, the present. So we have the Two of Wands. So you had definitely started something. And you were waiting on results, but these results are not coming in, or the results that are coming in are not favorable. Okay? This could even indicate that perhaps you might have been in a business partnership with someone. Yeah. And if you have been in a business type partnership with someone, or even collaborating with someone, in regards to one of your personal projects, this card would be indicating that the partnership is not equal. So, and that can fall on either side. That can fall on your side or the other person's side. But the Two of Wands, when it's in the reverse position, is like, take one step forward, now take two back. So, unfortunately, with that type of energy, whatever you were trying to implement, or whatever you're trying to implement right now, the likelihood you're going to have to try to go in and revise your plans, regroup, go through the details again. And some of you may even have to start over entirely. I hate to say that, but I have to, because it's going to resonate with some of you. Now, this is the card position of our near future. We have the King of Cups. Now, typically he is a Cancer, but he doesn't have to be. You know, this could also be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or this could simply be someone who has similar traits to this king. Now, this king, he is a king that has emotions, but he does a very good job at being able to detach from his emotions. So he has strong emotions, but he can detach from them. And this king is actually really very good at dealing with other people, especially dealing with their heavy emotional stuff, you know? Like, this is a very good counselor. Very good. He knows how to counsel people. He gives good advice. And he absolutely loves to be of service. If you have a question, you need help, I mean, he's definitely going to give you the good advice that you need. And I mean, he is really good, especially with an emotional type of crisis. Very good at that. You know, he can also be a good teacher, counselor. Something else, but it's slipping my mind right now, but it'll come back. We're going to clarify anyway. I always like to think of Pisces because I always see the fish. I'm like, Pisces. But, yep, Cancer. So, you know, this could actually be a person that could be coming into your life soon. And it doesn't have to be just a man. This could be a man or a woman. But they would exhibit these type of characteristics. Okay, this would be your attitude card. And, okay. This definitely would indicate that you have put a lot of your time and your energy and your hard work into achieving a rather large goal. You've been going after victory, and unfortunately, it's just like a roadblock's been put right in front of you, is the feeling. Like, boom, roadblock. So, yeah, this can indicate obstacles. This can also indicate a need to completely start over. And that really sucks when you've put so much of your time and your energy and your work, sometimes even some money. So, you know, yeah, be careful. But, yeah, it's definitely making sense to me. Okay, this is the card of how other people see you. And here we have the Ten of Cups. So, Ten of Cups, happily ever after. I mean, that right there pretty much sums this card up real quick. You know, happy family, happy marriage, or happy relationship, whichever you like. Happy children, you know. Our heart has what it needs, and we just feel like we've got it all in regards to love. So, yes, that's why I say happily ever after. Contentment. Now, this is the card position of hopes or fears, and I'm going to have to say that this is a fear right off the bat because when we have the Temperance in the reverse position, this is showing that the emotions and the intellect are out of balance and that you're being over emotional and that you are thinking with your emotions rather than your intellect. And well, that's just not a happy place for Gemini. You guys are ruled by the element of air. So you guys like to weigh things out, the pros and the cons, good logic, reasoning ability. So yeah, you guys are not going to want to feel out of balance. So yeah, Fear. Now for the final outcome card, we get the Two of Cups in the reverse position. So, let me just go ahead and spell this out for you guys real quick. Not all of you guys are in a relationship, and not all of you guys are actually desiring to be in a relationship. So, with that said, the Two of Cups is about a partnership between you and one other person. And it can be it's a partnership of love. It's about love, but it doesn't have to be like, a relationship type of love. This could be someone that that you've known. This could be a friend that you've known for many, many, many years that you feel really close to. Or this, for some of you, this can actually be a romantic relationship or a marriage. Now, with the Two of Cups in the reverse position, this is showing that things are simply not working out. You're not seeing eye to eye. Communication is not where it needs to be. Sometimes there is a inequality about this where one person's doing more and the other person's just simply not doing anything at all. And so, as we know, no matter what type of relationship this is, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, marriage, or, this could even be a relationship with a family member as well. But whatever it is, it's out of balance. It is out of balance. And sometimes it can be a very passionate type of relationship. But when it's in the reverse position, things are not equal. So, that can simply indicate that maybe one person loves the other more and the other person's just like, Sometimes someone has to do all of the communication and has to constantly bring things up like, should we do this, should we do that? Like, someone is always having to do most of the things within this relationship. So the partnership is unequal. There is disharmony here. And it's not impossible to get past. It is possible to be able to get it back up right. But the thing here is both parties have to be able to communicate openly and honestly, and you got to be willing to compromise. And if the other person is not willing to compromise, or you're not willing to compromise, then, then we're heading for a disaster, or heading for a break, shall we say. Bottom of the deck, we get Three of Coins in the reverse position. So this is like a teamwork type of project. Maybe at work you have to work as a team, or maybe you have a side job, or maybe you have a hobby, or whatever it may be. But there is teamwork involved here. And if there's a team involved, then you guys are not seeing eye to eye. And things are just totally awry. Now, sometimes this can indicate that you may need more education, more schooling. You need to expand your skill set. Sometimes you desire to learn a completely new skill under this type of energy. It could go either way. But sometimes it's like we want to produce good work, but for some reason we are unable to, whether we can't focus or maybe we don't have the proper equipment to get the job done the right way, or maybe our team that we've put together is not, they're not meshing well, they're not communicating with each other well, it's not working out. I just want to throw this out here for a few of you. This can indicate a third-party situation. If you get my drift. Love, relationship, third party. Very possible. That's going to resonate with a few of you. That's not for all of you. It's just for a few of you, but I got to say it. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, Lovers reversed. That's why the home life's not so happy right now. Okay. Wow. Normally I wait and do the last bottom card at the end, but we gonna switch it up here real quick. Because I was just talking about this one here. King of Coins in reverse. Come out the clarifying deck here. Okay. Now this king, he ain't trying to work hard for money. He just wants the money. This king, he likes the finer things of life. He loves his material things, but he just simply don't want to work for it. Now, another aspect of this king is he is easy to coerce, to bribe. Oh, this man will take a bribe any day. And this can also indicate that this is someone that you don't want to trust with your money. So if you have been considering getting involved, maybe within a team type of project, or maybe you've already been involved, but this ain't good. You know, this person, there's a possibility they could steal some money from you. Or they ain't going to be good for your project or your business or whatever it is. It ain't going to be good. Because this very faulty character when he's reversed. Now, I mean, this can indicate someone that has experienced a financial loss and he is not taking it well. But my feeling is that some of you, especially with this project, possible partnership that you've been trying to launch and you were waiting on results, I got the feeling that this is very much connected. So, and I'm pretty sure I said, you know, partnership would not be equal. Yeah. You don't want to bring somebody on as a partner if they're not going to do their share. And see, this is the type of person that, oh, they'll more than willingly come on, especially for a financial project, venture, whatever. But they're just trying to avoid doing any type of work. Okay? They're ready to collect the money, but not do anything to actually earn it. So you need to be careful. We'll come back to that if necessary. Okay. We had our first card. That was the Strength card. We clarify we get the Four of Cups. So, I mean, you can simply look at this card and see this man, look at the body language. He's like, should I? Shouldn't I? No, I don't think I can trust. So, when the Four of Cups comes up, typically this is the boredom and the just general dissatisfaction and not feeling content in your life. And so he's looking up towards that cup like, is that wine or is that bullshit? Pardon my French, but you know, it is what it is. He's just looking like, is that really, do I really want to reach up and get that? Now, these cups down here are all empty. But he's looking up to that one like, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? So, you know, maybe someone's giving you a reason to not be so trusting, you know, to where you would be leery. And from what I'm seeing, yeah, some of you need to be leery. Okay? Now, with the Four of Cups, sometimes this can indicate that we are so focused on our own problems within our own world that sometimes we can actually miss an opportunity for something really good. But if you ain't paying attention and you're focused on this, that, and the other, and you can miss this opportunity. Are you going to reach up? Or are you going to be like, and just sit there and keep focusing on everything else? It's really up to you, but overall this is about, you guys are staying strong, but you're just feeling uncomfortable right now. But you're still hanging on and staying strong. Okay, here we had the King of Wands, which was our circumstances card. We get the Page of Swords in the reverse position. So, Page of Swords. Well, when it's in the reverse position, this definitely indicates that we are going to get some truth. So if you feel that someone's been keeping something from you, maybe you don't even know that someone's been keeping something from you, but you're going to receive that information. The truth will come out. Now, this can also indicate that there are some situations that are coming. And these situations, and it's probably going to have to do with you going after your wealth. But these situations, they'll be a bit unexpected or sudden, and they may even have a bit of a strange twist on them. And when this happens, you're going to have to think quickly and make decisions quickly. So, yes, there will possibly be some truth that gets revealed to you. And there is possibility that perhaps you may have some events happen that are very unexpected, sudden, and possibly having a strange twist to them. And you will have to make quick decisions. But my feeling is you're in authority, so you'll be able to handle this quite well. And you guys are pretty quick thinkers anyhow, so you'll do fine on that end. Yeah. But if anybody's holding things back, yeah, I like the fact that the truth is coming. Okay, this was our focus card, and that was the Four of Wands. This is the home that's not happy right now. There's an upset within the home life, but you know, we still need to be grateful for what we do have. We clarify we get the Lovers in the reverse position, so this is definitely showing us where the home unhappiness is coming from, and that is from a relationship that, here again, is out of balance. It doesn't mean that it's doomed. It just, are these two willing to work with each other? And that's what it comes down to. This is about making decisions. And the give is not equal to the take here. As same, I mean, so some of you actually may be calling off a relationship, and this upsets the home. Some of you may receive some information about someone you've been in a relationship with. Quite possible. And this upsets the home. But ultimately, whatever this upset is in the home, it's pertaining to a relationship. And the feeling I'm getting is this relationship is going to get called off. It doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. But my feeling is for most of you, the ties get severed. Now this was the card of recent past, or the energy that is passing currently. We had the Hierophant, the unconventional, the non-traditional. We clarify, we get the Nine of Cups. So, you made a wish. Probably a very unconventional or non-traditional type of wish, but looks like you got it. Hope you guys didn't overdo it with the alcohol. Okay, this is the present, the here and the now type of energy. We got the Two of Wands. This was potentially the partnership that is not equal. And take one step forward, take two back. May have to regroup our plan, review it. Maybe even start over entirely. And then we clarify, we get the Nine of Swords. It's a loss, guys. There's just no way to put a good spin on the Nine of Swords, okay? It is what it is. I just read the cards as they come out. In no way, shape, or form is the Nine of Swords in the upright position positive. Other than it could be more in your head, where maybe you work it up to where you think something's going on, but what I'm seeing, something's going on, so I wouldn't even worry about that. But this partnership is a loss. You're going to if you do it, you're going to have to start over. I mean, it's probably got some of you really, really upset too. And you may even be experiencing some sleepless nights due to it. Maybe even a few nightmares. Okay, this was our near future card. We had the King of Cups. We clarify, we have the Seven of Cups. So this is like our emotional wish choice type of card. There's always an emotional decision that has to be made with this card. And ultimately, we want to go after this one. We want to go after the spiritual choice. But, you know, we're all different and we all want different things. But, you know, sometimes something can appear to be fantastic, you know. Like this card, we got the jewelry. We got some rubies, some emeralds, some pearls, whatnot. Some people would be like, oh, I love that. I'm going to take that cup. I'm going to take that material item. But here's the thing with this card. You got to beware of illusions. Because all that glitters is not necessarily gold. So you really want to be careful on what choice you make. But this will be an emotional choice. So it's going to be a choice that you have to make about something you truly care about. For some of you, you may be considering a relationship, whether Maybe some of you decide, you want to go after a new partner in regards to, a project or a business venture or whatever. Maybe you want a different partner. Gonna be an emotional choice. Maybe some of you are behaving more in a way like the King of Cups. And now you gotta make a choice to decide, this didn't work out. What should I do? Maybe some of you are having a hard time deciding what you want within love. But like I said, you gotta be careful because this card can be about illusions. So sometimes things look a certain way, but they're really not that way. I'm sure you guys have heard this saying, don't judge a book by its cover. This is kind of the same thing. So you really want to think this through thoroughly. I mean, the King of Cups to me is a very good energy, so it seems to me like the right choice will be made for you. But the King of Cups could also be saying you need to detach from your emotions in order to make this decision. Okay, this was the card of your attitude. We had the Six of Wands, and this was putting a lot of hard work, time, effort, maybe even some money into going after achieving a victory. You're trying to achieve a goal. You're going after the victory, but it just didn't happen. You got hit with that roadblock. We clarify, we get the Five of Wands in the reverse position, so this definitely indicates that you definitely encountered some conflicts in regards to trying to go after this goal that you wanted victory. But now that it's in the reverse position, this is more positive. It's more constructive. You're able to sit down and communicate clearly, and you'll be able to work it out in a constructive manner. And sometimes opportunities can arise from being able to sit down and discuss it. Okay, this was how other people see you, and this was our happily ever after card. Our, happiness, love, contentment, family contentment. We clarify, we get this strength in the reverse card. So what happens here is we got the tiger up here. Normally it's a lion, but But this indicates that fear is now in control. So some of you may desire to have this happily ever after, but you have so much fear. Maybe you have a fear of commitment. Maybe you have a fear that you're going to get hurt. This could be many different things, but this is fear and this is love. Fear, love, fear, love. And sometimes this can be us being too pushy in trying to make a point to someone. Okay, this was our hopes and fears position. I definitely said fear because I don't see Gemini wishing to be out of balance. So, we clarify, we get the Two of Swords in the reverse position, which is also the Moon and Libra card. This indicates that you had a decision to make. You had a point of indecision and not being able to make up your mind. You make up your mind and you make a decision. So, I mean, I really feel like this is just kind of echoing off of everything else here, because there is some emotionally charged situations here that would cause you to be out of balance. And I think you guys fear being out of balance. So maybe you fear the choice that you're going to have to make. Maybe you fear going forward with that choice. Final outcome card, we had the Two of Cups. This is basically not working out. The give is not equal to the take. There's disharmony in a relationship. And again, like I said, this doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic marriage type of relationship. This could be a relationship with, say, a best friend. This could be a relationship with someone that you've known for a long time, perhaps since your childhood. We clarify, we get the Six of Cups in the reverse position. So, when we have this card, this can indicate that perhaps maybe you might be living in the past, or perhaps you desire for things to be the way they were in the past, when everything was great. But you just gotta face the facts. You don't want to get caught up in wishful thinking or nostalgia, okay? You can't change what's already occurred. And it's okay to look back, but you don't want to get stuck in the past. That's why our eyes are placed on the front of us, because we're supposed to look forward. It's okay to look back, but you don't want to keep looking back. Now, this can also indicate that perhaps a relationship with a brother or sister, a sibling, or even a cousin is out of balance. And this would be someone that you're very close to. This could also be someone that you perhaps may have been with. For those of you who have been in an actual romantic relationship or marriage, then this would be someone that you've been with for a very long time. Perhaps you met this person while you were still in school. But this relationship is now out of balance, and there is a feeling of wishing that you could go back to the way things used to be, but you don't want to get stuck there. You don't want to get stuck there. That's rough, Gemini. I do have some love oracle cards. I'm not going to clarify them this month, but we're still going to pull some. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So, yeah. I think especially regarding this situation, truth coming out. I mean, a heart-to-heart conversation just may need to happen.
So we have one more week of this cleansing and ending and purifying from that Virgo full moon. Now we're going to head into Pisces new moon next week. So today is this square of the sun and the moon, which is that last turning point on our road. And this is a cleansing road, a healing and purifying one with that Virgo full moon. So we're still in those energies and still working with that cleansing. So now with the Sag moon fire here, we have this double mutable energy, the sun squaring the moon. So sun in dreamy and spiritual Pisces, watery Pisces, and moon in fiery Sagittarius. And this is highlighting this square that's going to be happening all year, this dance that Jupiter and Neptune are doing. And these are the two spiritual planets. These are the two God planets. So Jupiter is that kind of one God, and Neptune is the we are all one God, that more Eastern religion where we fall into the nothingness and the oneness. That's Neptune. But these two planets, Jupiter and Neptune, are the spiritual, the higher mind, they are mutable, which is in the mind. So fire in the mind and water in the mind. So Pisces, water in the mind, is our beliefs. What do we believe in? What do we have faith in? That's Pisces. And Sag moon, it's what do we see? It's yang, positive energy, polarity, it's logical. But not very logical today, because there's a lot of strong Pisces influence, and our Sag moon today will square Neptune right before it meets up with Jupiter for this big boost of expansion and optimism with Sag. So before we get to that expansion, we square with Neptune, which means the Sag light, this fire in the mind, this seeing and visioning into the future, is going underwater into Neptune land. So that's the Sagittarius submarine. So we all get into the Sag sub and we're going to vision, but it's going to be underwater. It's going to be in the dream. This is very dreamy energy, very spiritual, very religious, very higher mind. And that's the key word here, mind. All this mutable energy is all about the mind. Sag is fire in the mind. What do you see in your mind? What are these sparkling fires that are created in our minds? So it's about the faith with the Pisces, right? The Piscean faith, and then the Jupiter and Sagittarius righteousness, right? So these energies are squaring all year of Jupiter and Sag and Neptune and Pisces, of these two spiritual planets in their home signs. So I think this whole year is just pushing us to spiritual expansion. Spiritual expansion, spiritual expansion. Try to say that 5 times fast. But that's what this year is about. And if we get caught up in the square battle of it, instead of just this pushing towards expansion, where it's like faith and visioning, and they push on each other to get bigger in this spiritual expansion, or we can fight about who's right, especially with Jupiter and Sag. That's the shadow of Sagittarius, and Jupiter is this righteousness. Mine is the only way. So if we get into this fight of it's faith versus my way, then we're not channeling this energy in this spiritual expansion that we can all tap into right now. So let's go with that. And it's all about the mind. So I think that since we're in this clean out, cleansing period, preparing for this Pisces new moon next week, talk about spiritual expansion. So we're in this cleanse out. So today, the next 2.5 days are about cleaning out our minds. Jupiter wants to expand us and have us vision bigger, these 2.5 days that it lines up with Jupiter. It'll only happen 12 times this year when the moon comes into Sagittarius and it hits up with Jupiter. We only get a year of Jupiter and Sag, so let's use it and let's vision big. And if things feel fuzzy today because of this Neptune influence, remember that we're Sag submarines. We're going underwater with our light, with our fire, with our visioning and our expansion. We're going into the dream and into the compassion. So, woohoo! Spiritual expansion. Have a beautiful day. Bye.